Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Exertion Sports NFL Week 4 picks. We're doing a little bit of a different format today as Cody is taking a little bit of a break. Whenever he returns, not sure, but it should be in the foreseeable future. But I do have his picks as well as mine. And just kind of recap how last week went. I had a great week. Okay, I went 13-3. Took some chances. It's kind of called me back. He went 9-7. So I gained 4 games overall from week 3 to week 4. So leaving the overall, I'm only 2 behind. So I got 29 correct, 18 wrong, and then the 1 tie. And he has 31 correct, 16 wrong, and 1 tie. So we're actually very close. I could actually see and take the lead finally, hopefully, at the end of this week. So we're going to go ahead and get started here with the picks. So the first pick is the Thursday night game between the Eagles, who are being hosted by the Packers. Cody and I both agree that the Packers will come out on top on this game. Moving on to Sunday, you've got the Redskins, who are visiting the Giants. Cody has picked the Redskins to go on the road and beat the Giants, but I'm actually going to go with the Giants here. Next, we have the Chargers, who are going to visit Miami, and we both agree that the Chargers, even though they've had some issues here closing out games lately, we do pick the Chargers to go on the road to beat the Dolphins. Then, moving right along, we have the Raiders, who are going to visit Indianapolis. Cody's got the Oakland Raiders going on the road to beat the Colts. I, however, think that the Colts are going to win pretty easily here at home. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers going to take on the Texans in Houston. Cody has the Texans winning this home game. I do see that as well. Now, the Texans are known for giving up a lot of sacks and having a lot of issues with Deshaun Watson. So that's why I'm actually going to pick Carolina. I think Carolina's defense has done well playing with Kyle Allen, who is also has that connection with Houston in regards to he played in Houston for college, and then, he grew up in Arizona. So I think both of the games like he had last week and this week are going to be sentimental to him, and I think Carolina goes on the road here and gets a win in Houston. Moving on to our next 1 o'clock matchup, Eastern time, by the way. These times are Eastern. We have the Kansas City Chiefs going to visit the Detroit Lions. Both teams are undefeated. However, the Lions have not won everything. They did take the draw against the Cardinals. I think this is going to be a closer matchup than people want it to be or think it will be, just because the Lions can score and the Chiefs aren't necessarily built around a tough defense. Their opponents will score. It's just that they're trying to outscore you. I do think the Chiefs, however, do win this one. Cody does as well. We're both going to pick the Chiefs here, but I think this is going to be a closer matchup than people want to let off. I don't think the Lions are that good. It's just they can score, and I don't think the Chiefs' defense is their main focus, so I do think this will be a close, high-scoring matchup. If you're going to watch one, if your team's not playing at that time, this would be one to try to get to watch, because this is going to be a high-scoring matchup, but I do think the Chiefs pull it out in the end. Now, the next one is actually the one I think is going to be the game of the week, because the New England Patriots are going to go on the road to face the Buffalo Bills. Now, hear me out, okay? The Bills are not the best 3-0 team, okay? And I think that they do have a chance here to play and compete with the Patriots. I thought about it, and just unfortunately I can't pick the Bills. Me and Cody both agree that the Patriots will win. It was I want to pick the Bills. I really want to pick the Bills, but I just don't think that they're going to be able to pull this one off. So I had to go with the Patriots. The Bills look pretty good. I think this is definitely going to be a close one. It's got a 7-point favorite for the Patriots, but I actually think this will be like a 3-point game. And if the Bills are up, kind of going at halftime or something like that, don't be surprised. Now, moving right along here. To start, we've got another 1 o'clock game as the Ravens are going to be hosting the Browns. A lot of hype between these two teams. Ravens doing very well so far this year. Their only loss was to Kansas City. And then Cleveland, of course, has kind of been disappointing to some. Mostly the Cleveland fan base that thinks they're going to win a Super Bowl. Like I've said, they're going to be okay, but they're not going to be as good as everybody says they are. And I'm going to continue with that trend. And it looks like Cody agrees as well with the Ravens winning this week. Now moving right along, we've got Tennessee going on the road to face the Falcons. Both teams are 1-2, kind of had disappointing years. I think Mariota might be on the hot seat of his starting job there for Tennessee, unfortunately, because of all the issues that he's been dealing with. Who knows if they're going to play Ryan Tannehill at any point. But I do think the Falcons win this one. Cody does as well. It is in Atlanta. That's a tough place to go play. So us both agreeing on that does not concern me. So I do think Atlanta wins that one. So moving right along here, we've got Tampa Bay Buccaneers going on the road to face the Rams. Now, this is going to be only the second road game for the Buccaneers, even though they did win the first one. I do think that one was a fluke just because of the circumstances. I don't think the Buccaneers beat the Rams this week, so we both agree there that we think the Rams will win. And that's the first 4 o'clock game, or the evening games, if that's a better term for that for everyone. Okay, move right along to another evening game at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the Seattle Seahawks going on the road to face the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals, unfortunately, they have just been kind of short in regards to the games. I mean, they have the tie with the Lions and the 2 losses there. Unfortunately, it doesn't see them winning this week either, nor does Cody. We both picked Seattle. I think Seattle's going to win this one. I think it can be a shootout. I think that the Cardinals can get points, but I do think Seattle's going to win this by at least 7 points. But moving right along here, we've got Jacksonville going on the road to Denver. Now, this one's an interesting matchup for me. I don't know how I feel about the Broncos because I've seen some things where I'm like, okay, this team is pretty solid. But then at the exact same time, they're 0-3. Like, they can't win that. Gardner Minshew has been pretty solid. I know it was just a 1 game against the Titans at home, but I do think Jacksonville is going to win this one as well. I think Jacksonville goes into Denver and wins. I think it can be a closer matchup than people want it to be. I think the Broncos can win this matchup. It all rides on the shoulders of Joe Flacco. All right, another evening game there. We have an NFC North matchup as the Vikings are going to go on the road to face the Chicago Bears. Both teams are 2-1. This is a big outcome for the NFC North. You've got the Packers, who are currently undefeated at 3-0, and they're going to be trying to extend their lead. So whoever wins this matchup is, or if they tie, whoever wins this matchup is going to have quite a bit of advantage heading forward into contending with the Packers. Cody picked the Jaguars. I did say that. I'm just making sure. And he also picked the Seahawks. I'm just making sure I get that in there. I think I said that, but I picked the Bears, and Cody picks the Bears as well, so we do agree on that one. Now, moving on to the Sunday matchup, this is definitely one for the Cowboys fans who watch this. I know Cody is definitely – I'm going to be watching because it's Sunday Night Football. It means a lot to me, too, because we're going to get to see the Saints play as their backup is going to be Teddy Bridgewater playing there. He actually got the win last week. That was kind of surprising to a lot of people. I could see why he's the highest paid backup in the league. Had pretty solid there. The defense and special teams kind of showed up there, so that was pretty good for New Orleans. But I don't think that they're going to be enough to beat Dallas this week. Cody's got Dallas winning. I have Dallas winning as well, just for the fact that if Breeze was there, I would take the Saints, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Dallas wins it, and so does Cody. Now, moving on to Monday night, we've got the Bengals going to play the Steelers. We both agree that the Steelers are going to win. The main reason we picked this, well, I'm picking it. I haven't seen anything from the Bengals. Both of these teams are 0-3. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers actually have a pretty solid chance of contending for a wild card spot, just for the fact that, like, I think it's 10 teams here. Let me check just real fast in the AFC. 10 teams are at 1-2 or lower. Yeah, 10 teams are at 1-2 or lower. So, literally, that's right there. You know, like, you're right there in the mix of actually making that playoff. So, that's going to be a tough one there. But I do have the Steelers winning this one, and so does Cody. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments what your picks are. Who do you have going this week? And furthermore, information about who your team is, what you think, and how well you're doing this year. There's a 2-game difference between me and Cody. Maybe I get it back this year. We did have some disagreements, and I think we'll actually go my way. We'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for listening, and we will talk to you all later.